Hi all and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all doing okay. Right, this video is a little bit different to that's very different to the one I was going to do tonight, because it ended up centering around the allegations surrounding Christian Horner, and I'll mention more about why I changed my mind at the end of this video, because there is quite a lot to get through. So I'm going to start off with Fernando Alonso, because he has insisted it's not right that Formula 1 teams only have 3 days of pre-season testing to get to grips with their new cars. Alonso entered F1 when there were no restrictions on testing, but now he only gets a day and a half behind the wheel, the same amount of time as his teammate Lance Stroll before the season begins in Bahrain. Alonso said, "I've been thinking all winter about this. How unfair is it that we have 1 day and a half to prepare a world championship? There's no other sport in the world, with all the money involved and with all the marketing and the good things that we say about F1 and being closer and closer to the fans. I cannot understand why we then go to Bahrain for 4 days, which could be 2 and 2 for the drivers. If you go to 3, which is not even, which is an odd number, you cannot divide fairly between the drivers, and I don't know why we don't go with 2 cars." And I get what he's saying there, because when you think they've only got 3 days of testing to prepare the car for a world championship, and yet some weekends you get 3 practice sessions just for that race weekend, for the qualifying and the race. So it does kind of make sense with what he's saying there. I wonder if they will change anything. I doubt it. Then I want to just come on to Yuki Tsunoda, because he believes that the VCARB01 is a big step forward for the team after its rebrand from AlphaTauri. The new look team are enjoying an increased collaboration with their sister team Red Bull, and Tsunoda says he can already see the benefits after his shakedown at Misano. He said, "Feeling great on the track during the first run. It went over smoothly, already felt a couple of steps improvement compared to last year's, and a really big step I felt compared to the same time as last year. So it was good and super enjoyed, with also new car, with the new livery, new team. Overall, it was a positive day. Just didn't feel any outstanding issue, any outstanding strong characteristic movements. So far, pretty positive." But on that, McLaren boss Zak Brown has doubled down on his complaint over the dual ownership between Red Bull and the rebranded Visa Cash App Red Bull team. Brown had already insisted that having 2 teams under one company umbrella does not align with the idea of a level playing field in F1, and he reiterated his stance once again. Speaking to Sky Sports News, Brown said, "Actually, I'm speaking in the wider interest of the sport. If you look at every other motorsport, you are not allowed to own 2 teams. And I'd even go further, you know. There's A and B team relationships. And when they started 15 years ago, it was because there was a huge gap between the top teams and the bottom teams. Now that there is this great budget cap in place, all 10 teams are pretty much running to the cap. So we all it's an equal playing field. So to have 2 ownerships, I can tell you from sitting in the FIA F1 Commission meetings, the voting is always the same, even when in theory it shouldn't be in one of the team's best interests. We've seen it on track, some collaborations going on, and then technically they have been very forthright in we are going to take the suspension, etc. And a definition of a constructor is a team who develops their own IP, intellectual property. I just think the sport has now moved on to an equal playing field. So to have A and B relationships, to have co-ownerships of 2 teams, I think isn't a level playing field. It's not what the fans expect, and so the FIA really needs to do something about it." And I did cover this on a previous video, and my thought on this is, I can understand where Zak Brown's coming from here, because they had a strong 2023 season finish. They've gone into 2024 with what they believe to be a really strong car. Now the thing is, the Visa RB could just suddenly come from way back down, the constructors, up to their sort of level pretty much over the winter break, and without that much investment, in a sense, it sort of jumps them up the field. And I just think that's a little bit unfair when you've got other teams that don't have that privilege. So I do get where he's coming from. I don't know if the FIA will manage to do anything before the start of the season. I doubt it very much. It's too late now, but it still will be an interesting one to watch unfolding. And just coming on to the reason I changed my video, it's because normally my videos are probably a couple of days behind everybody else's, because I do like to double check the information that I'm including in my videos. I don't like just reading one article and running with it and thinking, yeah, that's what it is. So I did come across something which I read yesterday. I've not seen it anywhere else. It was in the Telegraph. Whether that's a reputable media source, I don't know, but I've certainly not seen it mentioned anywhere else. And I didn't want to go down that route of centering a video around hearsay or what somebody's screenshot from somewhere or whatever. So I mean, by all means, if you want me to put the video up, I'm quite happy to do so, but I didn't want you guys thinking that, you know, I'm just obsessed with this whole Christian Horner thing, because I'm not. I wish it would stop. I wish it would get sorted out as soon as possible. I mean, I do believe that they are accelerating the investigation process in the hope that they can get it finished maybe somewhere between the end of testing and the start of the new season in Bahrain. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. So I hope you continue to enjoy my videos. Again, I can't thank you enough for your kind comments, you being here with me on my little journey of chatting about all things Formula 1. I really and truly do appreciate it. So if you do like what I do, please consider liking and subscribing, and also pressing the notification bell so that you get those all-important future warnings of my uploads, good or bad. Again, it's up to you to decide. I'm only joking. So until the next time, take care.